Shifu, I every day recite Da Bei Zhou, but when cockroach appeared 1 a.m. in my room, I immediately qi sa nian. I feel like a hypocrite and regard myself a failure after so much chanting. Yee Wah asked. So, what do you think? It is, in a way, quite understandable. Yeah. Every day we recite Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. Yeah. To undertake the training to abstain from killing. It's precisely because we still have the potential to have this intent to kill. But usually this intent is latent, is dormant. Yeah. Usually it doesn't surface. Why does it not surface? Because there are no conditions for it to surface. Yeah. Some people need big conditions to surface, like when let's say their life is threatened. Some people need small conditions to surface, like a cockroach. But it boils down to our attachment to our body. Yeah, attachment to this body as self, attachment to our possessions, attachment to sensory pleasure, attachment to all this. Yeah. So when we recite Da Bei Zhou, then in this case, Yee Wah very candidly shares every day recite Da Bei Zhou, not once in a while, every day. I don't know how long she has been reciting, yeah, but at least for a period of time, it's every day. But then yet, when a cockroach appeared one day in the morning in the room, I presume it's 1 a.m., meaning that it's like in the middle of the night. So I immediately have the thought to kill. So she feels that she's a hypocrite and a failure. So regarding this, don't feel that way. Yeah, don't feel that way. We are all still training. It's like sometimes some Buddhists don't dare to let people know that they are Buddhists, Yeah, they practice in the closet. Why do they do that? Because they are afraid that people will call them a hypocrite. They are afraid that people will say, huh? You Buddhists are? Buddhists get angry on huh? Wow, you are so demanding one. Buddhists like that one. Actually, there's nothing wrong with being demanding as long as your demands are reasonable. Yeah, being demanding and being unreasonable is different. So sometimes we are, because of all that fears, then we don't let people know that we are Buddhists. So there are a few things here. The first thing is that fear itself is unwarranted, or it's actually based because, again, attachment to self, yeah, ego. We're afraid of how people look at us. Of course, sometimes we may also think, oh, I'm afraid that I will tarnish the image of Buddhism. Maybe, but that's maybe a small bit. Yeah, a big bit versus a big bit is about how people perceive us. Yeah, I don't say that we are not concerned about how people perceive Buddhism, but that's actually a smaller part. Yeah, that's a smaller part. So I've shared with students before, don't worry. If you let the whole world know that you are Buddhist, and maybe sometimes you get upset, maybe sometimes you lose your temper, maybe sometimes you're you behave in a certain way that people think that it is not Buddhistic. Yeah. Then what can we do? They say, Buddhist like that one. Then you should just tell them, yes, Buddhist is like that one. Buddha is not like that. Buddhist is like that one. Precisely because I'm like that. That's why I chose to be a Buddhist. So that I can become like Buddha, but not Buddha yet. That's why there's two terms, Buddha, Buddhist. Buddha, Buddhist. Yeah, repeat after me. Buddha, Buddhist. uh, don't have the kind of perfect expectation, ideal expectation of ourselves. We should expect ourselves to do the practice, to improve, to change over time, not spontaneously, not instantaneously. Yeah. Was it Milarepa? He took how many years? He took 10 or 12 years before he evoked true bodhicitta, true compassion. Yeah, not that before that he has no compassion. He also has compassion. I would say maybe before that he has even more compassion than us, but still not pure enough. And as a result, he couldn't see Maitreya Bodhisattva. Yeah. So I would say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu to Yee Wah. Because when she has this thought of killing, she feels that she's a hypocrite. There are many people who don't hesitate to kill, not to mention have this thought, not to mention feel that she's a hypocrite. Hey, Yee Wah, is it a guy or girl? I think Yee Wah, maybe guy, maybe girl, I don't know. Yeah. To me, it's a very auspicious thing. If we feel bad about ourselves for having this thought, for feeling that you are a hypocrite. Yeah, because not to mention a cockroach, as I mentioned many times, in many countries, unfortunately, not condemning countries, but stating as a fact that in many countries, people kill each other without a second thought. I'm not talking about Middle East, US, right? Do you know that every other week there are mass shooting, Yeah. I'm not talking about, once in a while there's a robbery. If you talk about that, virtually every day, on average. Yeah. And if you don't talk about killing, assault, yeah, it's crazy. People don't have um, any care for the cruelty in them. Children can kill their parents simply because the mother refused, asked the son to don't know, change channel or not watch the television and go and do something else, maybe do housework or something. Then the son just take a gun, bang. And when the police came, he was still watching television. I mean, by any standard, we say that person is crazy already, lah. Yeah, but doesn't mean that everybody who go around shooting people are all crazy. And if everybody is over there is crazy, then something is wrong with society, isn't it? Yeah. If only more people feel that they are hypocrite for having this thought of killing, that this world will have peace, Then we don't need the organization called NATO. Yeah, we don't need United Nations. We don't need to spend so much money in the whole world on military, on arms. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not enough hypocrite in this world. Yeah, there are too many people who are not hypocrites, who are outright killers, murderers. So please continue to be a hypocrite until you make it. Until you make it, important thing is until you make it. That means you're trying to not kill, moving towards that. Yeah. Phyllis, Phyllis asked, good morning, Shifu. Was also having the same question about cockroach. How to repel as my daughters are afraid of them? Your daughters, how old are your daughters? Phyllis?
26 and 24.
I thought your daughter are like 4 and 6 years old. 24 and 26.
Yes.
There is a remote chance, there is a remote chance that the cockroaches will bite your daughters to death. But it's a very, 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 very remote chance. There's also a remote chance your daughters will be traumatized if the cockroach were to launch an attack on your daughter. Yeah. But I don't know how many cockroaches that you needed for a human being to be eaten alive by or to be killed by cockroaches. Yeah. Because in our panic, we just roll around. The cockroaches all die, You know what I mean? We just it's not like you must know that movies always exaggerate things, Yeah. In the movies, sometimes, wow, they have a lot of beetles or what, then, wow, then they just lie on the floor and struggle, then they get eaten alive. Then after a few seconds later, the person, then the beetles crawling over or something like. I mean, of course, some insects have poison, and of course, it's a movie, yeah. But in real life, there is the fear element, but is this why you how to repel as my daughters are afraid of them? Oh, your question is not whether to kill them or not. Is your question involving to kill them or not?
No, just repel.
Oh.
Like how to, some say peppermint and all this. I'm not sure, is there anyone having some experience?
Oh, so okay, I've heard that you can use different things like xiang mao the lemongrass Then some say that if you take pandan leaf and then tie in a bundle, leave it in and the entrance exit, then they will not come in or something. I don't know. So that's one way. Maybe the rest can share more tips how to repel them. But please don't use those spray. The spray is almost always to kill them. Another way is, instead of trying to solve the cockroach, solve your daughters. Yeah, if you help to solve your daughter, then your daughter can go around the whole world and not have to worry about cockroaches. If you solve the cockroaches in your house, when your daughter go out, then you have to follow your daughter to solve the cockroaches outside the world. There are more cockroaches outside than in your house, right? And in future, if your daughter get married, I mean, not if when but who knows? Maybe your daughter become monks, become monks, become nuns. Then
Rejoice.
then don't have to worry about that, because when they become nuns, they will learn to contemplate. Learn to contemplate on all sentient beings. The suffering of the lower realms. When they see cockroaches, they will, oh, precious mother sentient being, are you hungry? Is this why you come today? Let me go and get something for you. Okay, please wait. Then you get biscuit. Then so anybody have tips on how to repel? No, I think those are the few. Dear Shifu, when chanting Da Bei Zhou, should we concentrate on the sound, or can we do other things? Example, visualize GuanYin, Pusa. Don't say GuanYin, GuanYin Pusa. Or send metta to ourselves or others to invoke compassion. Thank you, Shifu. Yeah, so some traditions focus just on the sound. But as far as I know, Da Bei Zhou, as far as I'm concerned, before you recite Da Bei Zhou, we should be reflecting on the suffering of sentient beings and also reflecting on the kindness of sentient beings on how they benefit us. Then, quite naturally, loving kindness and compassion arises. By reflecting on their kindness, then loving kindness arises. By reflecting on their suffering, compassion arises. Yeah. If you look at the 大悲心陀罗尼经, yeah, which is where the 大悲咒 is found, it doesn't just jump straight into that. So before and after, there's mention of the different vows. Yeah. Rightly speaking, when we recite 大悲咒, it is actually a practice where we evoke bodhicitta. Not just compassion, but we take it upon ourselves. We want to strive towards Buddhahood. Yeah, that although now we are still imperfect, sometimes we are hypocrite. We are hypocrite bodhisattva, but we want to be a bodhisattva. We want to attain Buddhahood to liberate all sentient beings. Yeah, rightly speaking, that is the direction. But if we were to expect everybody to do that, then nobody want to even chant 大悲咒. Yeah, and as a result, then they don't even take the first step. So for most people, initially when we chant 大悲咒, it is with the mindset, oh, GuanYin菩萨, please help me, please help me. Yeah, whether it's because we are having an exam, then we hope that GuanYin菩萨can open our eyes and then we can pass. Or maybe our children, our nieces and nephews, then we chant 大悲咒. Yeah. Or maybe at night we are afraid of the dark, then we chant 大悲咒. Things like that. But over time, as we learn more of the teachings, when we recite 大悲咒, we are aspiring to become like GuanYin菩萨. Not waiting for GuanYin菩萨to come and save us, but we want to emulate the qualities of GuanYin菩萨, of the Buddha, of the various Buddhas, of all the Bodhisattvas. That we want to become like them. We don't want to be part of the problem anymore. We want to become like the enlightened ones, to be able to help individuals have true happiness, help individuals to be truly free from suffering. We want to do that. Then with the mindset, then we just recite 大悲咒. We can do that. Is it okay to visualize GuanYin菩萨? It can be helpful initially, yeah, because we tend to associate GuanYin菩萨with loving kindness and compassion. 大慈大悲观世音菩萨. So, is it okay to send metta to ourselves and others? Well, if you were to do it the way I described, then naturally you are encompassing, embodying loving kindness, metta, and compassion. Yeah, and then encompassing everyone with loving kindness and compassion. In a way, usually when we do metta meditation, there's the verse or may I be well and happy and so on, right? Yeah, but rightly speaking, the moment you have loving kindness towards others, compassion towards others, you cannot be otherwise. Yeah, but that is a helpful start, because for some people, they have very strong negative feelings towards themselves. They have very strong self-loathing. Yeah. So how to remove self-loathing? Only way, change yourself. Yeah. But more importantly, have the right expectation of yourself. Yeah. Like for example, the first question about being a hypocrite. Sometimes we feel that we are not good enough. So hard to have compassion, hard to have loving kindness towards ourselves. So still I say, it is auspicious. Yeah, Singapore is a very auspicious place. Yeah, that we have the opportunity to come together in the morning to do sitting together in safety. Yeah, not just from natural disaster, from war, but even in the midst of the pandemic, Singapore is relatively safe. Unless you choose to not wear masks, walk around, and then when party, then you ask for it. Yeah. So we are very fortunate, very blessed, yeah, to have these conditions. And most importantly, while we have all these conditions, we choose to practice together. Yeah. So don't think, but I still have this flaw, I still have that flaw. Yes, we all still have flaws. We are not enlightened. Yeah. But instead of then become self-loathing or even disheartened and give up, cherish the good conditions and plant wholesome seeds. 阿弥陀佛。愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿得智慧真明了，
愿得智慧真明了，
普愿罪障悉消除，
普愿罪障悉消除，
世世常行菩萨道。
世世常行菩萨道。
阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。